Phoebe is a new 5-star navigator, and in this video, I'll be using her for the first time. So I'll be fighting the dog again, using this team, which is exactly the same team as the last video. But the difference is I changed Okian to Phoebe to compare the two. So this Phoebe is by my guildmate Yoon, and it's A1R0, so she has a 5-star weapon, and of course an A1 also. I won't be going through every single thing about the team because I already talked about it last video. It's exactly the same, almost exactly the same rotation, the same setup, same cards, everything. So I'll only be talking about Phoebe because she's the only one new here, and this is the first time I talk about her, so I'll go into a bit more detail here. So Phoebe is pretty much, I guess, a better version of Okian. You can put it like that. She's very good with mono-type teams, and ideally the very bare minimum, you want a team that has like at least two elements, I mean, like for example 2 wind. Yeah, technically 3 wind including Wonder, but I think at the very least 2. The bare minimum, because you want to at the very least consistently get the standard cocktail. If you get the basic cocktail, it's useless. She will probably do even worse than Okian, honestly. So the bare minimum, the standard cocktail. Before I get into that, to explain more about how she works, because she is actually one of the more complex characters in the game, especially when it comes to rotation, because there's no fixed rotation for her. It really depends on who is attacking and how many cocktails you have. So it's very confusing. Basically how she works is that every time somebody attacks with a skill or a highlight or resonance, you get a mixer for that type. If you use wind, you get wind mixer. You use nuclear, you get nuclear mixer. But right now in the game, there's actually a bug, which is that you sometimes don't get mixers when you use highlight, which is very strange, and that kind of actually nerfs her a bit because she is getting less mixer stacks. But anyways, just know that this score is gonna be lower than expected because of the technical nerf, I guess. But anyways, once you get 3 mixers, the mixers will mix together and form a cocktail. And the cocktail depends on the type of the mixer. So if you have 3 mixers of the same type, you get the best one, tailor-made. If you only have 2 of the same type, you get standard. If all 3 are different, you get basic. Basic is the worst one. You definitely want to avoid this at all costs because it really nerfs your skills. And then when you use a skill, most likely, usually skill 1 or skill 3, you will actually use those cocktails and buff. The better the cocktails you use, the more buffs you give. And on top of that, you can also get some SP, which is quite nice. Now, let's quickly go about her A1. Her A1 is really good, really good. Because when you gain a cocktail, you can randomly gain a mixer stack of the type that you spent. Let's say I use 2 wind and 1 nuclear to make a cocktail, which is a standard cocktail. Then A1 will convert, kinda like recycle one of them back, so you will get another mixer. But actually speeds up your cocktail gaining. And this second half, honestly, I'm not 100% sure what this means. Even when I test it, I also very confused. But what this says is that when you use skill 1 and skill 3, and you spend 1 basic or standard cocktail, you gain 1 standard or tailor-made cocktail. So I guess when you spend 1 of these, you get the other 2, which I guess that makes sense. But the thing is, most of these skills use your strongest, your best cocktails. So I don't exactly understand this second half. But anyways, it's not that important for now. But A2 is pretty good also. Just some damage buff, quite nice to have, but not game breaking like A1. Then we have A4. When you use highlight, you increase attack, and then you gain tailor-made, which is also again speeds up the process a lot. And then next, probably the best one, A6. This is very good. If you have the money, go ahead, I guess. So the maximum number of cocktails increased to 4. Previously it was only 3 cocktails total, so you can hold up to 3. With A6 is 4. And at the start of battle, you gain 1 tailor-made cocktail for free. And then when you gain 3 more cocktails, you gain 1 extra cocktail, so you can get 3 plus 1. So you can see that there's a lot of cocktails here. It speeds up a lot. And then you also get a buff for the cocktails. Usually it's this percent, but with A6, the percentage increase, so you basically just buff more. So A6 really good also, and A1. These 2 are the best ones, definitely. But now as for her skill 1. Skill 1 basically buffs attack for 3 turns. The 3 turns is quite nice actually, because it's long and you can see that 3 turns, only 6 cooldown. 6 cooldown is only like 1.5 turns compared to 3 turns, so you can get it back quick and then you can use it. So that means you can actually have skill 3 and skill 1 active at the same time, which is really good. It's especially good if you're using someone like A6 Queen who can do extra action, because ideally you want both skill 1 and skill 3 active on the turn that you do most damage. But for my case in this video, we are using threat, so I will want to try to make skill 3 be active as much as possible. But anyways, back to skill 1. And then there's also when the ally uses a skill, you spend a cocktail to strengthen the skills. And of course the damage buff depends on the cocktails you use. The better the cocktail, the higher the damage buff. Skill 2 is actually not that bad also, and it only has a 4 action cooldown. And this one just increases damage for a bit, increase the max HP for 2 turns. And they can also heal a little bit based on the damage they do. And most importantly, you actually convert a basic or standard cocktail to a tailor-made cocktail, so you get to basically just convert them, which is pretty good. You can use this when you have standard cocktails that you want to convert. And the fact that the cooldown is very low is also quite good, so it's actually quite worth using this if you can fit it into your rotation. Then skill 3. Skill 3 is the biggest buff from Phoebe. You basically spend all the cocktails to increase the type of the main target. So basically what this means is that when you use skill 3 and you put Fluid as the main target, you increase wind damage for 2 turns. And the effects here also depends on the cocktails that you use. So the better cocktail you have, the stronger it is. And then when you have 2 or more standard or better cocktails, you increase the crit damage. So skill 3 is really good. Not only you get a buff to that type, you also get crit buff. There's a lot of buffs. And the more cocktails you use, the more buffs you have also, on top of the quality of the cocktails, if that makes sense. So you're gonna have more buffs if you use 3 tailor-made compared to when you use 2 tailor-made and 1 standard. Because skill 3 you use all your cocktails, doesn't matter how many you have, all of them. The more cocktails and the more quality you have, the better it is. So if possible, you wanna try to stack 3 cocktails and then you use skill 3. Which is why A1 is quite useful, because you can get the cocktails quite fast. And not only that, there's also her weapon, which I'll get to. Her weapon is really good. And I guess I'll go to her passive. This one is 20% stats will be shared. Then this one just buffs your damage based on the main attributes. So if you use a wind team, you buff wind, fire team, you buff fire. And this one basically just makes a free cocktail for you at the start of battle. So if you wanna equip your Wonders persona to be the type that you wanna buff, I guess. So if you're using wind, you want to put a wind persona with Wonder. If you're using fire, you want to put a fire persona. So that you'll guarantee a tailor-made cocktail at the start of battle, which will again speed up your buffing, so you can buff even more. Then her cards, right now, I guess the best one will be this one, Power and Trust. This will increase attack because it scales attack. And then you get a free attack buff when you just start the battle, which is nice. I believe there's a dedicated 2.0 card that's coming next update that is specific for navigators. I'm not sure what it does, but I heard that it's for navigators. But anyways, now for a 5-star weapon, extremely good. On top of the regular extra damage buff, every time you use a cocktail, you randomly grant one of the effects, which means that if you use a skill 3 with 3 cocktails, you get all these buffs, which is really good. Then when it's a tailor-made cocktail, you increase the effect even more. And the effects of these numbers, the blue color numbers, increase even more based on the quality of the cocktails. And these are cool damage buffs and stuff. I think the best part about her weapon, probably the more broken part, is this final sentence here. So for every 2 cocktails gained, you reduce her cooldown by 1 turn, which is huge. This speeds up your freaking rotation, man. So you can use her skill more often. And this is actually like, I want to say game breaking, but like not game breaking, like break her character, I guess. Which is why her 5-star is like a must have, because of how strong this last sentence is, this last effect is. And unfortunately, she is not coming to standard anytime soon. If she is, then you can get a weapon from the shop and stuff. But anyways, that's about her. We can start the battle. Okay, so the rotation is pretty much the same as the last video. The only difference is that Morgana will be trying to attack more to activate to give more like the mixer stacks for Phoebe to convert to cocktails. So everything here will be the same, Garula. Then we're gonna use Vino and attack the wind one, so that we can kill with Red next turn. Gonna skill 1, gonna hit the mid one to increase the wind sweep. Okay, then now we can use Phoebe's support. So right now she has 1 tailor-made, 1 standard, 2 mixer, 2 wind mixer. So at the start of battle, we got 1 tailor-made. This one I got it for free, because I have 3 wind characters on the team, right, including Wonder. And the standard one we go with Vino, because Vino uses a nuclear move. Then the wind mixer will be from Morgana and Wonder. And then the thing is that there's also the A1, which gives you a mixer when you gain a cocktail. If you are at A0, you only have 1 wind mixer here. A1 you have 2, so it really speeds up your cocktail making. For Phoebe, I'll actually use the skill 2, and that's because I want to convert the this one is the standard one to the cocktail, the tailor-made one. So you start with aim through it to also buff him at the same time. Let's hit 2. And your enemy's turn. You can highlight, but we'll wait the highlight a bit first. We'll use skill 1. We'll debuff first. Got healing, nice. Then we can highlight and wonder. And let's see. I think I can leave this one. No, actually no, let me kill it. I don't think I'll kill it because it resisted to win. What is this angle? For some reason I keep getting this angle on this like specific turn. Cool. Then we have Magarula on. Ideally inflict wind set on the top, please. We did not. Not even a single wind set, wow. That is very sad. Then Morgana with skill 2 here. So we're not going to use skill 1 here. You can if you want, but there's no need. The reason is because Phoebe already has a max tailor-made. So you're not going to gain any more mixers. And then by using skill 2, I can guarantee 2 chivalry stacks here. Because you gain an extra one when you heal an ailment, which pretty much all of us have. So we get 2 chivalry stacks to ensure that we can tank in the following turns. Then now we can Phoebe highlight again. No, Phoebe's support. Now we use skill 3. We have 3 tailor-made, which means it's going to be a pretty big buff to Fluret. Make sure you aim Fluret here. This is to enable the wind buff. Then we can skill 2. This will definitely kill. Okay, very good. Now we can Venus skill 3. Debuff a bit more. No wonder. Can use Windbreak. Sadly I have to use Windbreak because ideally of course you want to keep attacking the dog to keep gaining the mixers. Then we use skill 1 with Morgana. Okay, now we look at Phoebe. So there is a bug right now in the game. So you can see 1 standard, 1 wind mixer. So according to her A0, when you do damage with highlight or skill or resonance, you can gain 1 mixer of that type. So increase highlight. So now I use Venus highlight. Theoretically, I should get 1 nuclear mixer. The thing is, when I use her highlight, I don't get it. So that's a bug. It's a known bug actually that I just released today. So that's really strange. But anyways, this should do pretty good damage. 48, 51. Very good. On skill 1, inflict more ailments. And got Redine. I'm hoping for Windset, please. I think I got it. Okay, nice. Now I think we can Phoebe again. Skill 1. This time we'll use skill 1 because it lasts for 3 turns and we have 3 more turns left, so this will make Fred have to buff the entire time. So sadly we only have the standard cocktail because we have Pheno who kind of disrupts the mixers and stuff. But this is the best I can do. So this is skill 1. This will be the attack buff. Then the Moonlit Banquet thing is from her 5-star weapon, this one. So every time you use a quantity cocktail, you have a random chance of getting one of the effects. There's like 4 effects or something. But yeah, now we skill 1 again. No wind set, doesn't matter. Because the dog already has it. Then skill 3, they should do 6. No. Yeah, 50k I think. Yeah. We still don't have skill 3 active yet. The last 2 turns, Fred will do big damage. Because skill 1, skill 3 from Phoebe is active. Then skill 3. We can highlight with Wonder and change to the minion, highlight the buff. It's the buff highlight. And then we can go back with Jatayu Windbreak. SQ1. Oh, we don't get Shuri stacks? Oh, that's really bad. We might actually die next turn. It's a good chance we die. Now with Phoebe skill 3. We only have 3 cocktails, standard cocktails, sadly. But this should increase our damage quite a bit. Fred should be able to hit 60k now. Oh, 64 damage. Oh, we pray everybody survives. Okay, wow. That's crazy. If we got a bit lucky, or maybe I can say unlucky because I didn't get any chivalry stacks from Morgana. But anyways, skill 1. We got die Hove. Please land. Please land. I think we got it. Very good. Morgana skill 1 again. Do some damage. And now the final turn. We have the red highlight here. 40k, I think, I hope. Yeah. Okay, close. Here is skill 3. Let's see. 65? 65, yeah. Very good damage. Let's see how many? 8 million, I hope. Oh, it is close. 7.8. That's about 500k difference compared to the last video. So that's a decent buff, I guess. The highest I got was about 8.1 million. So it's around, I guess, around 8 million reach.